Hello everyone, this is Javelin from English Tutor Hub and welcome back to my channel. The title of today's lesson is When do we use the in English? So in this lesson, I explain when to use the definite article the and even more important, when not to use the definite article the. And you will also learn 8 rules and exceptions. So let's start. First of all, cities and towns general rule. In general, we do not use the before cities and towns. For example, Dan would like to visit New York. This is correct. And this is wrong. Dan would like to visit the New York. So this is the correct version. And we do not use the, and this is wrong. Dan would like to visit the New York. No, this is not correct in English. Another example. Bangkok is a used city. So this is correct and this is wrong. The Bangkok is a used city. So this is not correct in English. Alright? Continents and countries. General rule. In general, we do not use the before the continents and countries. We do not use it. For example, I would like to visit Europe. I would like to visit Europe. Alright? So this is correct. It's simply happening of the continent without the. And this is wrong. I would like to visit the Europe. No, this is not correct in English. And I'll give you an example with a country. Ellen worked in Canada for 5 years. So this is correct and this is wrong. Ellen worked in the Canada for 5 years. No, this is not correct. Alright? Now let's move on to countries exceptions. We do use the for countries with united in the name. And here are 3 common examples. Number 1, the United Arab Emirates. Number 2, the United Kingdom. And of course, the United States of America. Alright? So these 3 we use the before them. And there are some other countries where we use the. Here are some common examples. The Philippines, the Bahamas, the Netherlands, and the Gambia. Alright? There are few of these, but these are the main ones. Okay? So these are the exceptions. Lakes and mountains. We do not use the before lakes and individual mountains. So specific single mountains. For example, Lake Victoria, Taal Lake, Great Salt Lake. So these are the mountains: Mount Everest, Mount Pinatubo, Mount Washington. So some examples in the sentence: we went sailing on Great Salt Lake. Okay, and this is correct. We don't write the, we don't have the before the name of the lake. And this is wrong. We went sailing on the Great Salt Lake. So this is not correct in English. Another example: a lot of people try to climb Mount Everest every year. And this is correct. But this one is wrong. A lot of people try to climb the Mount Everest every year. No, the word the here is not necessary in English. Okay? Seas, oceans, rivers, and mountain ranges. So we do use the for seas, oceans, rivers, and mountain ranges. Mountain ranges, this means a group of mountains. So the Celebes Sea, these are seas and oceans. The Celebes Sea, the China Sea, the Pacific Ocean. And these are rivers: the Arkansas, the Mississippi, the Missouri. And here are some mountain ranges: the Andes, the Himalayas, the Hindu Kush. Example: the Missouri River is North America's longest river. So notice we use the before the name of the river. The Missouri River is North America's longest river. So this is correct. And this is wrong. Missouri River is North America's longest river. This is wrong, guys, because we must put the before the name of the river. All right? Another example: the Hindu Kush is an 800-kilometer long mountain range. This is correct because we have the before the name of the mountain range. The Hindu Kush is an 800-kilometer long mountain range. And this is wrong. Hindu Kush is an 800-kilometer long mountain range. No, this is not correct. We must have the word the before it. Okay? University's general rule. There's a general rule and an exception. So the general rule is we do not use the before names of universities. Example: De La Salle University, Oxford University, Philippine Normal University. Example: Sally studied at Philippine Normal University. So this is correct because we do not use the, and this is wrong. Sally studied at the Philippine Normal University. This is not correct. Now let's move on to the exceptions. Universities exceptions. We do use the before universities with of on the name. This is common in the United Kingdom, For example, in England and Scotland, many universities have a different format. They have this format. For example, the University of Cambridge, the University of Oxford. So, for these names of universities, then yes, we do use the before. For example, Tony studied at the University of Cambridge. This is correct and this is wrong. Tony studied at University of Cambridge. This is not right in English. Alright? Now, expressions with the word bed, work, and home. General rule. This is very important, guys. This one. This is where many English students make mistakes. So the general rule is we do not use the in expressions with bed, work, and home. For example, we're sleepy, we're going to bed. This is correct. Alright? And this is wrong. We're sleepy, we're going to the bed. Another example, is Kate at work? So here we have a question and we do not have a word the in front of this. We simply say at work. Is Kate at work? This means is Kate at her place of work? Could be in the office, in school, in hospital, or in a restaurant. It's a place of the work and we don't say the before it. So this is correct. Is Kate at work? And this is wrong. Is Kate at the work? No. And we can reply if she's not at work. No, she's at home. She's at home without the word the before the word home. Alright? So this is wrong. No, she's at the home. No, this does not make sense in English. Alright? Another example. Where are you going? I'm going home. Alright? So this is how we say it in English. This means I'm going to the place where I lived, to my house. Okay? So we do not have the word the before it. We do not say I'm going to the home. This is not correct. Okay? So notice that with the word home, there is not a preposition either. Don't say or we don't say I am going to home. No. Expressions with the words school and university. General rule. And again, this is very important. This is a big mistake by English students. So, we do not use the in expressions with school and university when we are describing pupils and students who are there, to study. All right? So this part is important in the context of students and people who study at this place, at the school and in university. And we do not use the. So, for example, where is Mon? He is at school. Obviously, guys, we can see that Mon is a student and he comes or goes here every day to study. So if we say this in English, we say he's at school. Right now, he's at school. And we do not use the in this context. So in this context, this is not correct. He is at the school. It is wrong. All right? And another here, he is at university. This is also correct. And he is at the university. It is wrong. It is not correct. All right? Now, there are some exceptions to the rule. So, expressions with the words school and university. Well, we do use the. So this means yes, we do use the in expressions with school and university if we are simply visiting the place, usually not a student. So someone who is not a student goes to a school or university, then we use the. Remember, if someone or somebody else visited the school or went to the school, we have to use the. Here's an example. He's at the university to visit his brother. So he is not a student. We can say he's at the university, and in this context, he's at university to visit his brother is wrong. It is not correct. Keith went to the school to apply for a janitor. So this is correct. Keith is not a student. He doesn't go there every day to study. He's there simply to apply for a janitor. Alright? So we can say went to the school to apply for a janitor. And in this context, this sentence is not correct. This is wrong. Keith went to school to apply for a janitor. No. Alright? So the important thing to remember is when we are discussing students and people who study in the school or universities, then we do not use the. Alright? It's a bit complicated, I know. And we have the same principle for prison and hospital. Alright? So, we do not use the in expressions with prison and hospital when we are describing prisoners or long-term patients who are staying there. Alright? So again, this is important. This part. For example, the theft has been sent to prison for 5 years. So he is a prisoner. He is a long-term prisoner. He's staying for 5 years. So we say he's being sent to prison. To prison. Alright? Without the word the. And in this context, this is not correct. The theft has been sent to the prison for 5 years. Alright? That's not the way we say it. And we can also say he is in prison. So we use the preposition in without the word the. He is in prison. And this means he is a long-term prisoner. He is carrying out his sentence. Alright? He is in the prison is incorrect. And the same rule applies to the word hospital. Exactly the same rule. For example, my friend is sick. She is in hospital. So here we have the same rule as here. This is the same situation. She is in hospital and he is in prison. Alright? So this means that she is a long-term patient in the hospital. She is sleeping at the hospital for many days. So we say in hospital. This implies that it is a long stay and that she is sick. And in this context, my friend is sick. She is in the hospital. This is not correct. Alright? And again, the same exceptions with the words prison and hospital. We do use the in expressions with prison and hospital if we are simply visiting the place, not as a prisoner or a long-term patient. The doctor is at the prison to examine the prisoners. Mark is at the hospital to visit his father. So here, the doctor is not a prisoner. He is a doctor, so we can use the word the before the word prison to describe where he is. He is at the prison to examine the prisoners. Mark is not a patient. So this Mark, he is not sick. He is not sick, and he is not a long-term patient. So we do use the before the word hospital. Mark is at the hospital to visit his father. Alright? So guys, there we are. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. And here are some other videos I recommend. Visit englishtutorhub.com to get a full transcript of this lesson. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and let me know your thoughts and questions. Love to hear from you. Thank you very much.